Hello. I had a good session yesterday and I did quite a bit of work. I put the crank in, all the bearings, and I also I put all the pistons on the rods, and I put 2 of the pistons and rods in on the first throw there on the top. Problem is I made a mistake. I got everything mixed up, the lefts and the rights and the fronts and the backs. So that I've had to, what I'm doing now is I've got to correct that, and I've put some of the pistons on the rods the wrong way round. This is the left. So the piston's in the engine like that, and the numbers there, the numbers go towards the pan rail like this on this side. So that there says Avant, and that's the front. So these are now correct. These ones along here are now correct. Those are wrong. I think that one's wrong and this one's wrong. I'm just putting right now what I've done wrong, so it's just a pain you have to go through sometimes to correct your mistakes. There's the, so I'm just going to tap it back in like that. So which one's this? This is a right hand one, isn't it? So this is the right hand bank, that's the pan rail, that's the front. So that's the front. I think it goes like that. I'll just get it in and then I'll double check. Just hold it in mid-air so you're not sort of forcing anything. So let me have a think. So this is the right hand side of the engine. There's the number. That's towards the pan rail. That's the front. There's the mark. That's good. Okay. These pins, these clips aren't very tight. They don't take a lot of force, so you can put them in by hand. There you go, there's one done. There we go, nice. Okay, just centralise the pin. Nice, okay, good. Right, let me just get these in order then. So I can put these 2 back in now. I found this is the best way to work on these, with it up vertical. So right, for my benefit, this is the right, that's the left. So 1 to 4 are right, 1 to 4. and I'm starting at the top here. So this is number 4 on the right. And that's the front. So this will go to the pan rail, this will go to the front. So I'll just put a bit of light oil on the cylinder. And a bit on the piston. Now, I'll show you what I found yesterday. Right, so if that's the front, on this side of the engine the relief is there, so you don't want any ring gaps on this side. So you have one ring gap down, one ring gap over there, the other ring gap over there, and this, I'll put this one there like that. So you got one there, and one there. You don't have any in this area here on that side there. You have to get the angle just right to get past the crank there. So I'll put the ring compressor on. Because somebody was asking about dealing with rings and reliefs, but to be honest, I found as long as you don't put the gap in that area, it's not too bad. The benefit of working with it up like this is that you can have one hand here and one hand here, sort of thing. Hopefully I'm not working across the front of you. This is tending to get drawn down. Ta-da! Now, if you've got the crank down away, you can get it through there without having to worry about the bolt's going to hit the crank. Then you have to guide it now. I'll stick some thick oil in there. Right, the numbers should be that side there, so that's right for one of these caps. Don't know if you'll be able to see it. That's right for R4, R4, and the number goes to there. This cap don't look the best. Let me scrape it a bit with the razor blade. put some thick oil on it. Right, so there's the number, so that goes that side there. Sweet. Put some nuts on. Okay, that'll do for now. I can torque them up later. Right, so this one's going to go like... So this is the left-hand bank. That's the front. The thing's over here, so this one goes to the back. That one goes over there. And this one goes down there. So I've got one up, one down and one to the right. And the relief is to the left. Sweet. Okay, so basically that's good. So I'm back to where I was yesterday. I won't do them too tight. I'll get the torque wrench. Well, I can't really use a torque wrench. Well, I can use a torque wrench, but I've got to torque them to a reasonable tightness and have the bolt hole lined up, which could be the difficult thing to... Which could be difficult. Okay, so there's two fitted. So I'll look at this one now. I'm going to clean this. I'll bring this to the bottom, clean the bearing. There's my engine mount bolts in there, look. So I'm going to bring this round. Everything's moving nice and freely. Put that roughly to the middle and take the thingy bob off. Take the this off. Okay. Okay. Good. I quite like that vertical way of doing it, except the rods tend to go the one way. But for access both sides, it's pretty good, to be honest. You can knock it in and guide it, and I like it. I think it's good. This engine's getting heavier. Okay. Did I want it that way up? No, I wanted it the other way up. Right, I need to put some sealant on there. Then I can torque all the mains and torque all the big ends. But let's just do a sanity check and make sure it turns over. It's alright, isn't it? Seemed worse. I'm using this Ford service tool. So if I get that to the top and concentrate on these 4 bolts. So I've just done that one. Was it that one or that one? Just done that one, didn't I? Or was it this one? Oh, it was that one. So I'm trying to get it with a decent amount of torque and aligned. That's about it, actually. So them 4 are okay. You know, they are tight. I'll take it one more quarter clockwise and bring the next pair up. The next pair in the order of the crank. Bit wobbly this is. I think it's a bit worn actually. Right, that'll do. What's the torque, Mart? I don't know. It's a bit academic though, isn't it, when you've got to align it to a bolt hole? As long as it's tight. I think that's, you know, that's alright. It's alright. What's the worst that can happen? Complete engine destruction. But I've done that one. So this one's next, isn't it, in the order of rotation? Now I think that one will be too tight if I go to the next hole. So I'll try swapping these two nuts. See if they fall a bit better on the other. Because this one I feel could be slightly tighter. So I'll try swapping the two nuts. And I've got one spare over there. I mean, they ain't going to come undone because the split pin will hold them, won't it? I think that'll be alright now. I'll take that to the next hole. That's alright now, that's quite tight. See how this one comes out. Yeah, that's alright. So they're alright. One wasn't as tight as I'd like, and one was going to be too tight, so I swapped them round and they both come okay. You've got to be prepared to just try something, you know. Should I say click? I'm going to try them again, switching them to just see. They were okay, but a little bit worried about it. It's where you drop the nut up the oil pump hole. Not very happy that nut's a bit tight to go down on the threads. By the time that comes round it'll be quite tight, I think. Good. Okay. They're all taut then. It still turns. Have I done them all? No, I haven't done these, have I? No, I haven't done these. Bloody hell. It's easy to forget, isn't it? I didn't like the feel of that then. Oh, that nut's just broke. Oh, I just felt that's just gone past, so I'll have to. This one here, you wouldn't believe it. Did you hear it? I wonder if the camera was able to pick it up. See that? Look at that. I felt that go. I heard a little click and How about that then, eh? Good job I just didn't keep going, innit? Now there was another nut here. Previously rejected as not quite good enough, but it's going to have to do. Screws on okay. That one's gone past, so I think I need to try that one on there. Because I'm not going to take this one another flat. No, it's quite tight. There's another nut there, but it's quite badly corroded. Okay, right. So they're all torqued now. I think it might be better on reflection to sort of do 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, rather than whichever one comes up, because I came to this one, which is the end, and you kind of mentally you start thinking that's the end, and I could have forgotten those. What would have happened though when I went to put the split pin through is that it wouldn't have lined up with the holes, because I wouldn't have, you know, because I've torqued them now, I've torqued them and lined them up with the holes. Right, let's just see if it turns still. Clockwise from the front. Sweet, it goes alright, doesn't it? Having these engine mount bolts in there is useful. Okay, the table's getting emptier. I'm going to have a little break there because I've got some other things I want to do. I've got a video that I need to put up. So that's another little chapter, isn't it? Blinding myself. So there we are, look. All the pistons in, rods in, big ends in, big ends all torqued up, rod bolts all torqued up. And I can torque these. Well, I've got to put some sealant in there. Then I can torque all those, and I can split pin all the bottom end, and I can say that's done then. And then, to be honest, other than, let's have a look, just these little pieces and a couple of plugs, I've got nothing else prepared to go on. So to put something else on, I've got to sort of start preparing it up. But I wanted to get the basic engine assembled because I think it's better to keep it in one piece like this than in thousands of bits all over the place. Okay, I'm going to call it good at that. Thanks very much for popping in. Thanks for keeping me company. I hope you are feeling as pleased as I am, really, that it's starting to come together properly. Thanks a lot then. Bye.